All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen because we've got this photo that we're really keen to post today. I'll share that with you now. Where's that photo gone? This one here. So you guys know more about this photo than I do, obviously. And we haven't gotten anything for it yet, but just under here, I'm going to add a row for this post. I'm going to post it both onto Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm going to post the photo, and what we need to do today is just come up with a caption to go with it.
That's
so
great.
it doesn't have to be anything.
We'll tell you what that story is about.
Please.
So this is Mama Lupembe, who owns our office building, and that's how we know her. But because she's really supportive of our work, she came to visit our work in Mbutu, which is near Dar, and she lives in Dar. And it was really powerful, those young women and men, because she was the Secretary General of TANU, that's the Tanzania African National Unity Party.
It's not TANU.
Women's section.
Yeah.
But women's section of TANU.
Women's section of TANU. Done.
So what we need to capture is, like, she's a really big figure in politics. She worked alongside the first president, Nyerere, and she came with these lovely photos from that time of all these prominent politicians that are like heroes for Tanzania. And
amazing.
The young people said, we never expected in our lives to meet somebody like this. It was really powerful for them.
That's awesome.
So
that's great. I mean, that's already got a really powerful message behind it. So as long as we can convey that on here, that'd be great.
And she loved it. She had a great day. She was really inspired by them and everything they were doing. So that was really, really good too. So I think part of the message is that, well, about bringing people together really, because like she really gave them a massive boost by being there and sharing her photos and stories and being interested in them. There's a bit of a recording on some of those photos as well, I've just realized, so we could potentially use one of those as well. So there's one group photo which has got everyone saying "Making Hope Contagious," which we could use too if we want to post a couple. Great. But I wanted that close-up one for the main bit of the post.
Yeah, that's a great photo as well. It's really good quality. The colors are all right and everything. Yeah, I'd love to post that one. Great. So unfortunately, Twitter will have to be shorter, but with Facebook and Instagram, we can really go for it if we want to. Do you guys know if we have any quotes or anything from the visit?
So there's a quote from the young people who said, "We never expected in our lives to meet someone like that. It's a huge honor."
And you guys can help me with the Swahili translation of that as well. Yeah, that's a great quote. I mean, actually, the thing is with quotes is that, especially if they're really powerful ones like that, you almost want to include them in the visual part of the post rather than just the caption. I'm actually, didn't plan to do this, but let's go into Canva and see if we can almost just put a quote on top of that photo. It may not work, but we'll try it. It'll take 2 seconds.
So while you're doing it, talk us through, actually, because this is part of what we wanted to do anyway. Yeah. So you can go and start. And also, so that we can put this on the website, we can either dub it over later or put some translation in now.
Yeah.
People think.
Up to you guys.
Or do you want to, one of you guys, talk over it and explain so far in Swahili, or where have we got to? Calvin?
Sorry?
Okay. Kwa sasa tuko tunaangalia namna ya kujua nia ya post ya kwa ajili ya Instagram. Kwa hiyo tumeangalia picha ya Mama Lupembe akiwa Mbutu na wanafunzi huko Mbutu. Kwa hiyo tunatakiwa tuelezee, yani hiyo picha inaelezea nini kwetu ili tuweze kupost kwenye Instagram. Kwa hiyo picha tumepata quotation ya kwamba wale wanafunzi walivyomuona yule mama walikuwa wamepata heshima kubwa sana kumuona mtu mkubwa kama yeye kuja kuwatembelea. Kwa hiyo sasa hivi tunataka tutengeneze hiyo post iwe katika mfumo ambao utatosha kuingia kwenye Instagram post. Yeah.
Great. All right, should we go on?
Great.
Lovely. All right, so as I was saying, I want to just test out putting that quote, that really nice quote that we had, on top of that photo. So I've just opened up a square-sized post on Canva, and the way that you do that is on the Canva homepage on this side here, it should say create a design. And there's already a template for an Instagram post, so it comes up with the perfect size for an Instagram post for you, so you don't actually have to make one yourself. And all Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they have different sizes that are best for them, but a square tends to work for every single one. So that's the one that I use, but it is kind of open to interpretation. So on this blank page, we're then going to paste the photo, which you do under uploads just here on the left corner. If you click uploads, you should be able to upload an image from your computer. And mine is somewhere around here. So it's this one here. And it'll take maybe, depending on how fast your internet connection is. So if you just click on the photo that you've chosen, it'll show up just here. And what you want to do is you want to make the photo the background of the actual graphic. That's what we're aiming for right now. Doesn't always have to, but that's the look that I'm going for with this one. So as long as you make it big enough to fit within this entire post, your internet connection.
Now, can you just show as well, because that's the right way to do it. But
Yep.
I know that I often see the wrong way to do it. Can you show the wrong way to pull a photo and see what happens?
Yeah, I think Canva's quite good with showing you, giving you the right way to do it, but there is a way that some people do it where, why is this not working now? Hang on, I'll upload it again. By pulling these ones, oh, it's actually doing a great job of doing it for me. But there's times with different kinds of softwares where if you pull one side, the entire photo, I'm going to try and demonstrate this with my hands, where the entire photo will get stretched this way, or the entire photo will get stretched that way. So I think your best option is to use the corners so that it enlarges evenly, because unfortunately this is a rectangle shaped photo and the graphic we've got is a square. So it's not going to fit perfectly, but it doesn't need to fit perfectly as long as we can fill the whole graphic with the photo.
Okay. What should I do?
Kwa hiyo tulikuwa tunasisitiza unavyo resize ile photo, unavuta kwenye kona. Uzuri wa Canva inaonekana inakusaidia ili usiharibu, lakini kwenye software nyingine kama Word, ukivuta kwa upande wa kushoto au kulia, unavuta sana sura za watu na hailipi. Kwa hiyo ni muhimu sana kuvuta kwenye kona. Kwa hiyo hapo ndio anabadilisha size ya picha ili kufanya hii picha iwe post Instagram. Kwa hiyo mtaalamu wetu alikuwa na shauri kwamba uvute picha ijaze nafasi. Unaweza kaacha nafasi nyeupe hapo pembeni, lakini huwa ukiangalia posts za Instagram huwa zinapendeza picha ikiwa imejaa pale. Kwa hiyo leo ndio tunavyofanya, ndio maana amevuta mpaka mwisho.
Great. So I'm going to go to the text button on the left and click text, and any one of these will work, but we'll go the biggest one. And I'm just going to copy and paste that quote from the spreadsheet over here. So we have this one that said, "We never in our life expected to meet someone like her. It's a huge honor." I'm going to put it just on this post here. And I've copied that quote over there, and I'm just going to paste it on here. You can either right click and copy and paste it, or do shift. It works differently on different computers. So our main problem here, the first thing is that you can't really read the text because the colors in the background actually quite confused with the colors on here. So there's a few different things that we can do to fix this. And the first one that I typically do is to click the photo, and we're going to change how transparent it is. So we're going to, I want to make this, if I'm going to make this text white, which is what we've done from our previous posts. I'll show you this actually. It's really important to keep, I've told you guys about consistency before, but if you look at all of our posts before, all of our quotes and posts tend to be white text on a dark background. At least most of them are. So we want to try and keep to that as much as possible. So what I'll do is I've made the text white. We'll fix this up.
Let me just explain it to that. So
yeah.
Tulikuwa tunajaribu kuhakikisha kwamba post zetu zinafanana kwa sababu huwa inapendeza, na pia ni rahisi mtu kutambua kwamba hii post inatoka RLabs. Wanaanza kutambua post zetu kwa sababu zina muonekano fulani ambayo unatambua haraka. Na shida hapa, kama mnavyoona, tumeweka maandishi hapa lakini hayaonekani. Kwa hiyo kuna namna atatuonyesha sasa jinsi ya kuifanya maneno yaonekane. Tumechagua maneno meupe hapa ili kufanana na hizo nyingine tulizofanya, na tukibadilisha muonekano wa picha itaanza kuonekana zaidi. Kwa nenda hapa juu kuna kuhusu transparency, ndio unabadilisha transparency yake.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue on from there. So as you can see, white text, same background, it's still very difficult to read the text. So what I want to do, and what I've done in the past, as you can see on this post and this post here, is I make the background darker. And the way that I do that is to go onto the left side and click background. And so what you can do on these photos is, I'll move that out of the way, this button up on the top right hand corner that says transparency, you can actually make the photo more transparent or less. And see, when you make it more transparent, the white background from this graphic shows through. But what we want to do is have the dark background show through, because again, we're trying to have white text on a dark background. So I'm going to do is go onto the left here, and I'm going to click this black color so that the background of our photo is black. And sometimes when you do this, you might have to go back into uploads and put the photo on again. And remember the sizing thing so that it's always the same. Easy. All right, and so now we've got a black background so that when we click on the photo and change the transparency of this, the darker you make it, the more you're going to be able to see that white text. And
kwa hiyo kama umeweka background nyeusi, ni kama unavyopunguza transparency au kuongeza, ni kama vile unaona ile nyeusi kwa kupitia photo, kwa sababu ni kama picha hii inapitisha mwanga wa ile background, ndio maana inaitwa transparency. Kwa hiyo ni njia ya kufanya picha ionekane nyeusi zaidi ili kuhakikisha kwamba maneno yanaonekana.
Great. Okay, and what I'm realizing when I have this here now is that by having this text over top and by the sizing of the photo itself, we're actually missing out on what a great photo this is. So it's always good to try.
Could we be able to crop a bit at the top as well, because we've got those bags and water bottles in the background a bit there.
Definitely. So we can see what we can do here. Let me click on this photo and see if we move it up a little bit. We can probably still fit them in without cropping too much out.
Can it go even further up maybe, or?
It could go further up, but what I would be concerned about doing here is if they're all the way up here, actually, I normally am hesitant to do this because I'm worried about cutting their heads off and making them on the sides rather than in the center. But if we have the quote on there, then it actually all still looks really nice. Unfortunately, there's no rules to it. You sometimes have to just test out what looks good.
Kwa hiyo tunajaribu kuweka vizuri ili tuwe na nafasi ya kuweka maneno, lakini pia tulitaka tuondoe zile bagi na chupa za maji ambazo zilikuwa zinaonekana hapo juu. Kwa tumesogeza kidogo picha. Na mtaalamu anasema kwamba hakuna sheria kwamba ufanye hivi au ufanye hivi, ni kuangalia tu kama muonekano unalipa. I think we could change the quote as well a little bit. Instead of her, we could say Mama Lupembe.
Mama Lupembe.
And then we need a apostrophe off on the it's.
Huge honor. Lovely. All right.
And maybe we could say like, do we want to say like RLabs Butu? I mean, it's the young people from RLabs and Butu.
RLabs. You're gonna have to help me with the spelling here.
Oh yeah, MBUTU.
Lovely.
With a capital M.
Capital M. Lovely. And this probably isn't too necessary, but I'll see what this looks like. I'd like for this text box to almost fit this corner here, and the way that you see how these text lines are all centered in the middle. If you go up here, then you can edit the text with the alignment. If you click it once, it'll come onto the right so that it fits the corner of this photo a little bit nicer. And I'll make that text a little bit smaller. And I'm still a little concerned that we're missing out on this photo. So I'm going to see if I can afford to make the photo a little bit brighter, which I think we can. You don't want to push it too far because then we run into the same problem as before. But I'm going to keep it at about 60, I think. What do you guys think of that?
Wow.
Can we put
even the background is not.
Can we put RLabs Butu in the same line?
In the same line? Yes, we can. That's actually a very, very good point. All right, put that down there. What I might be tempted to do, I'm just going to try something, is we're going to make this not transparent at all, and then see if we can put a black box behind this, and then we can all discuss which one looks better. Because we want to have the white text on a dark background, but maybe having a light photo might look a bit nicer. So we'll just test that out. We'll go on to the left. Actually, Naomi, do you want to explain that just really quickly before I move on?
Tulikuwa tunajaribu kuweka kwenye kona hapa na ameweka kunasema una justify kuona kama mistari inaendana au inakuwa inaachwa free mwisho. Unaona ameweka kwenye kona ya chini hapo kushoto. Alafu tunajaribu kupata, tunafikiria kuweka box nyeusi zaidi nyuma ya maneno ili maneno yaonekane zaidi, na ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba picha inaonekana vizuri, pia bado tusipoteze utamu wa picha yenyewe.
All right. So when you go onto elements on the left side, you can scroll down and it'll give you, I mean, it has loads of options here, but we're just looking for a normal box shape. So we'll click this square shape just here. And right now, like I said, we want it to be a black box. So you can change the color by going into this top left corner here. And given that black is just a normal color, so we don't have to worry about specifically what shade of red or blue or green it is. They've just got a black option there. So we'll make the box black. And what we want to do is for it to sit behind this text. And right now it's sitting right above it. So if you go up here into position, you can click position and move it backwards so that it sits right behind the text.
Kwa hiyo alikuwa nataka kwanza anasema unaochagua nyeusi, uzuri wa nyeusi ni kwamba huhitaji kutafuta ni nyeusi ipi, kwa sababu kwenye rangi nyingine zozote, je, hii nyekundu inafanana au ni nyekundu tofauti, je ni kijani kile au ni tofauti. Na anapoweka hii box nyeusi sasa, mwanzoni uliona kwamba ilikuwa naziba maneno, lakini sasa alienda juu pale. Just show us again where you went, Tisha, for that. We wake for the back, for putting it to the back.
Putting it to the back. So click that to position.
Alienda position, alafu unaona kama unaenda forward au backward. Kwa hiyo akaipeleka backward kuwa nyuma ya maneno, sasa ili maneno yaonekana.
Great. All right. So now that it's behind this, I just want to make sure that it fits really nicely around the sides of this text box. I mean, if you hover over this, that blue line will show you the general shape that it might need to be. So with this one, it's not like the photos. We can afford to stretch it in different ways. So as long as we bring this side down and this side across, and it's really important to make sure that there's always space around the sides. I think that something like this can be made a lot better by just making the box a little bit bigger and having a little bit more space around the edges so that it's a lot easier to read.
Sasa unaona kama anavuta hii box kuifanya iendane na shape ya maneno, lakini anasisitiza sana umuhimu wa kuacha nafasi hapo katikati. Yani kama unaona inapendeza zaidi ukiangalia. Let's just compare those two versions again when it's right up against it. And then kwa mnaona hii ya mwanzo ilivyokuwa imesogelea sana, sio mbaya, lakini unaona kuna ushamba fulani. Yani ukiacha nafasi inaonekana professional zaidi. Kama imebana na haijapewa nafasi ya kutosha, haijasomeka vizuri zaidi. Na akirudisha tena nafasi. Kwa hiyo kuna box mbili hapo, kuna box ya maneno na box ya ile rangi nyeusi, na unaweza kuzivute tofauti. Sasa anaongeza box nyeusi. Hapo tunaiona ikiwa na nafasi zaidi hapo kwenye maneno. Na inaonekana professional zaidi.
Great.
All right. And now you guys saw the graphic that we had before with the darker background and the white text. And now we have this version here. Which one do you guys like better?
I like the one without black box.
Without the black box?
Yeah.
What does everybody else think?
I like
Are we
this.
voting?
You can vote if you'd like.
For me, I've liked the second one.
You like the second
With
one?
black box. Yeah.
Angela,
Me too. I like this one with the box.
you like this one?
Yeah.
I mean, a way that we can actually combine them a little bit is by, remember how we had the photo being quite transparent? I think if we click on this box here, we can adjust the transparency on this as well. And we can make it almost a little bit more transparent so that the text is still quite visible,
Yes.
but there's
Yeah.
still some darkness behind it. What do you
I
think
think
about
so.
that?
Yeah,
Maybe-
exactly.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
can we
great.
make the photo slightly darker as well? Although it's really nice to have the bright, but I think it adds that kind of
See what we can
artistic,
do.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see
Great.
the body of this Mama Lupembe.
Yes, exactly, to see her dress. Kwa hiyo
Yeah.
alichokifanya hapa, aliongeza transparency. Oh, alipunguza. You reduced the transparency, didn't you? On the
Yeah.
Yeah,
box.
reduce the
Reduce-
transparency. Yeah.
Yeah. Kwa alipunguza pale ili uweze kuona picha nyuma yake. Na
Yes.
tunaona imelipa zaidi, tulikuwa tunapiga na kura hapa.
Yeah.
Great.
That's looking
All right.
nice.
And what I might actually try out just as a last thing is see if we almost, you see how this line here of the box is almost hitting right on her chin.
Yeah.
It kind of almost is threatening to cut her head off there. So we want to kind of make, I'm going to see if I make this text a little bit smaller using that corner side so that it makes everything smaller at the same time. And then make that box a little bit smaller as well. Do you think that looks better, or
Yeah, it
the
does.
other
Yeah.
one?
It's not quite so
Yes.
harsh. Yeah.
You don't want to
On
make
some-
the text too small because it's still very important to have that on there. But just so it's not, I mean, her face is a really important part of this whole graphic, and I want to have a lot of attention on it.
That's great. And on some of them, you've had black with a red on as well, but you wouldn't
Yeah,
recommend that for this, or
I think there's red in the background. The photo itself is color. The times in the past where I've had red on there has been times where I've used a black and white photo.
yes.
There's
Yeah.
times like this in the past, just because I think the
Just
red is
adds-
quite a strong color, and why it's a very important color in RLabs. If it's overpowered, we don't want to use it too much because it's a very,
That's
very
right.
loud color.
That's true. Let me just explain as well where we got to. So kale ka box kale tuliona kama inamkata shingo Mama Lupembe, kwa hiyo tulishusha ili aonekana zaidi na ipendeze zaidi, na nilikuwa naelezea kama tunaweka nyekundu kwa sababu kwenye baadhi ya post tumeweka nyekundu, lakini anasema tayari nyekundu ipo, na of course ni rangi muhimu kwa RLabs, lakini kama inaonekana pale alitumia zaidi kwenye picha ambazo zilikuwa hazina rangi, alitumia nyeusi na nyeupe. Kwa hiyo hapa imetulia ilivyo.
Yeah.
Lovely. All right. So are we all happy with this as it is?
Are we going to put the logo on?
Actually, yeah, that's a great idea. So I'll go back into uploads, and I have the logo uploaded somewhere down here. So we have 2 or 4 versions of the logo here, but with a logo, I think something with a very hard square background, like one of these 2 down in this corner, will actually end up being quite a loud presence on the actual post. I mean, again, we want the photo to be the focus. So I'm going to use one of the ones here with a transparent background. And the issue with the black and white, the red and black logo, is that given that we have a white text and a dark background, the black probably isn't actually going to show up that well, especially on here or even maybe here. So what I'll do is I will keep undoing that until that removes. I'll just delete it, and then I'll put on the one with the red and white logo because that's much more likely to show up. And I want to make sure that this is going to sit on top of that. If you need to go back into this positioning bit to make sure that it sits on top of that box, then we can. But it looks like it's behaving right now. So I'm going to put it in this corner here just so that I'm not taking up too much space here. Unless you guys think it might be better suited maybe there.
Also works, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kwa
Actually,
alikuwa
why don't we,
nasisitiza, I'll just explain a bit. Tuna logo 4 hapa ambazo tunatumiaga kwenye matumizi tofauti tofauti, na kama tungetumia moja hizo za chini ambazo zinakuwa ni pembe 4, shida ni kwamba inang'ara mno na inavuta attention. Tunataka attention iwe kwenye picha yenyewe. Kwa hiyo tuna hizo nyingine ambazo ni transparent, ni kama kioo, kama umechora rangi kwenye kioo, kwa hiyo inapitisha mwanga wa picha pia. Kwa hiyo tumechagua hii, na hii nyeupe ndio tunaona itaonekana zaidi. Kwa hiyo tunaamua tuiweke wapi sasa hivi.
Great. All right. Do we think we need to add anything to this? Are we happy with it as it is?
It looks
Yeah.
good, actually.
I think it looks good,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get on to writing a caption for this then. Actually, what I'll do is so we're going to have to download this first up here on the top right corner. I have to download the actual photo in order to post it onto anything else. I will.
Kwa hiyo hapo una download ili uweze kutumia kwenye vitu vingine, na hapo itakuja tangazo, lakini usihofu kwa sababu hii Canva unatumia bure, sio lazima ununue. Vitu vyote ambavyo unahitaji kuvifanya kimsingi unaweza kufanya kwenye hii ya free, ila ukidownload itakuonyesha tangazo, lakini usihofu, huhitaji kulipia, unaifunga tu. To explain about the advert that you don't need to sign up, you can use for free.
Yeah, don't need to sign up. All right, so let's go to Facebook first. Got the tab open here. And I mean, normally the way that we do it is we put the captions into the spreadsheet. But just so that I can show you how it works differently for each platform, because they can almost always be really, really, really similar. But there's certain things that Facebook can't do, there's certain things that Instagram can't do, and there's certain things that Twitter can't do. So Facebook's really good for big, long captions. There's no character limit. We can put as much as we want in there. But we don't want to write too much because we don't want to bore people. So the first thing that I'll do is when I look to create a Facebook post, I'll go down into photo/video and I'll click that and then look for the download that I just made. It's this one just here. And I'll upload that onto the post and then we can get writing a caption. I'm gonna make sure that's there. Perfect. All right. This will be a really good one because then we can use this as a template for the Instagram caption and then shorten it down for the Twitter post as well. And then it'll be really quick once we've done this first bit. So what we want to do is think about why we're posting this. Why do you guys think that we're posting this photo and this quote for our audience to see?
Yeah, go on, Moses. Yeah.
I think you post because you want to make people see what you are doing and to see what kind of people we are working with. For example, this Mama Lupembe, the famous person, so it can add credibility to our RLabs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. I mean, so that way, one of the focuses of the caption should be to introduce Mama Lupembe and tell people how honored and thrilled we are that someone of her stature and someone as famous as her is so supportive of RLabs and how grateful we are. and how nice it is for young people to be able to meet her, because as the quote says, they didn't think they would ever meet someone like her. So keeping that in mind, does anybody have any ideas?
Adding a few other things as well, because I think that's right. I think it adds a lot of variety, like, because we've got different perspectives on our program, and the idea of like a very old influential woman inspiring the younger generation, and also her being inspired by them and kind of handing over the legacy, because she is quite old now, and she's been incredibly active, and she, you know, has seen so much progress in Tanzania. She was really telling them, like, look how far we've come, and like really happy to see what they're striving for as well. So there's a really interesting story there about the generations, like, so the old and the young, the shared vision, and her being like gaining energy from them as well, and seeing what matters to them. She was really impressed with their commitment. So I think we say that as well, because the fact that she's impressed by them is a kind of endorsement.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the whole RLabs family idea that it's not just young people, we really do bring together different people from different areas as well.
All right, let's see if we can think of something for this then. I'm going to start, and you guys let me know if I'm on the right track with this, because you all know more about the visit and everything than I do. So we're going to say, when was this visit?
It was in February.
Last year?
This year.
Great.
Yeah.
This year. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Let's say we were so excited to welcome Mama Lupembe to RLabs in February earlier this year. She is an inspiring
She's kind of like a giant as well, although I don't want to use that word, but like of, you know, a really foremost woman political activist from the post-independence. Like she's had a huge legacy in Tanzania as well. Like, so I think we sort of pick up on that like
legacy is inspiring and motivating for our young people. And
or can we say something like, you know, she's been like at the forefront of Tanzania development since independence, and if that's true, guys, please chip in, obviously. And I think we should also mention, it was just such a lovely meeting, because when she shared all the old photographs, so it was just like, it was like being invited around for tea with an old lady, like with her telling stories and showing old photographs. It was really relaxed and informal, and you know, she loved it. And it was also quite a big deal for her, because although it's in Dar, it's like 3 hours journey for her to get there and back, and then back again, or 2 hours maybe. So it was like quite a big effort for her as well to go there. So I don't know how we capture all that. Do we want to be writing this in Swahili as well? But we can start in English.
We'll start in English, and then we'll do a Swahili translation. The good thing about Facebook is that we can probably fit both in.
Yeah.
At the forefront of Tanzania's development since independence.
And shared some wonderful stories and old photos of her with Nyerere, and who else, Kelvin? There's so many others.
And shared old photos and stories.
Her work with President Nyerere, former president, first president.
Oh, actually, I might get you to pause the recording so I can grab my laptop charger. Is that all right?
Sure.
Easy.
Kwa hiyo tumeedit post yetu kuhakikisha kwamba inalipa, na tulikuwa tunasisitiza baadhi ya aspects ambazo kwetu ni muhimu. Tuliona kwamba kwanza kuonyesha kwamba Mama Lupembe ni mtu muhimu, na yeye tutembelea ni heshima kubwa, na inatujengea sisi sifa kama shirika. Na pili inapendeza sana kama kwenye community ya RLabs tunavyopeana inspiration kati ya vizazi na vizazi. Kwa hiyo tumeelezea hivyo. Kwa hiyo quote yetu hapa tumeiweka: how amazing for our young people in RLabs Mbutu to share inspiration with Mama Leo Lupembe, former Secretary General of the Women's Section of TANU and leading activist for women's rights and political engagement in Tanzania. She took the long bumpy trip to Mbutu Kigamboni and shared old photos and stories from work with President Nyerere, Bibi Titi Mohammed, Rashid Mfalme Kawawa, and now many others. She was really energized by these young people's commitment to developing their community, and it was wonderful to see 2 generations of change makers inspiring each other. Na hii sio kazi ndogo, ndio maana social media kuifanya lazima uwe na muda wa kutosha, kwa sababu kupata hii iliyotulia ilichukua kama dakika 20. Kwa hiyo inabidi uwe tayari kuirekebisha mpaka unaona inakulipa sasa. Tuko tayari kuipost, so let's do it.
Lovely. All right.
Let's do something in Swahili though as well. Do you want to do the same one in Swahili, or?
Yes, that is a great idea.
Is it too late though?
I will,
but we can always post it.
No,
again.
it's all right. Yeah, we'll always post it again.
Yeah.
Only just gone up. If it would like to post now, then let's reload that page. There it is. And here, we'll just edit this. Actually, just so that it's not up there for too long, I'll copy that and then delete this. That way, you can go up here and start again.
Let's start translating while you look for the photo. So I'm going to just pause the video recording for a second. So just putting up a video here as well to go with the first post. And so tulisema kwamba Mama Lupembe alipotembelea RLabs Mbutu, tuna kavidi kafupi ambako tunataka tukashare kwa sababu kana kufanya kama ujisikie kama ulikuwepo pale. Tunashirikisha zaidi. Are we ready to post?
Yep.
We want it to go after the other post, don't we? So
yes, we do. We'll go back.
Kama ngoja nitume ya kwangu hapo.
Oh, so ilikuwa wakati mzuri ambapo vijana wa RLabs Mbutu kupata hamasa kutoka kwa Mama Leo Lupembe, katibu mkuu wa iliyokuwa idara ya wanawake TANU na kiongozi wa mstari wa mbele wa haki za wanawake na ukuaji wa siasa Tanzania. Alisafiri umbali mrefu kwenda barabara ya vumbi mpaka Mbutu Kigamboni na kuwashirikisha washiriki picha zake na za zamani akiwa kazini na Rais Mwalimu Nyerere, Bibi Titi Mohammed na wengine. Alitiwa moyo na uthubutu. Is this supposed to say? Oh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Itakiwa uthubutu.
So I'll just change that. It looks good though. I like it. Wengine mnaonaje?
Oh, it's very much better than mine.
You get the job, Kelvin. Ngoja niongeze hapa uthubutu alafu that looks great. Uthubutu wa vijana katika kuiletea maendeleo jamii na ilikuwa inavutia kuona vizazi viwili tofauti vya walete mabadiliko vikipeana hamasa. Great, fantastic. Let's use that one. I'll just put the latest one in there.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you sana. Unaona tunavyokuhitaji, Kevin.
Mimi naweza zaidi Kihehe.
So Kihehe nazo tunaweza kuziweka. That's the local language in Iringa, Tisha, because there are over 100 languages in Tanzania. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's another level. It's actually a really amazing feature of Tanzania. Let's get a capital L on RLabs. And can we say even wakati mzuri sana, maybe?
Yes.
And then can you just add sana after, in that first sentence, mzuri, but in sana. Great, you'll be fluent. That's great. Let's post it.
Ilikuwa wakati mzuri sana ambapo vijana wa RLabs walipata baada ya kupata, walipata hamasa, walipata
Okay.
baada ya kupata.
So after mvutu, where it says kupata, put wali part of that word, and then take away the ku.
KU.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Great stuff. Well done, everyone. We've made it. Thanks a lot.
Yay.
Should we hit post?
And actually, I'm going to just copy all of this so that we can post that exact same thing to Instagram as well. What I would like to do is, this content doesn't directly relate to anything that we're trying to promote at the moment, but I'd like to put something at the end to encourage people to take some action. So
actually, they are Grow Leadership graduates, and they're great. There's one correction here. On the first letter of this paragraph, it should be a U instead of an I. Thanks, Moses. Ulikuwa wakati mzuri.
Yes.
So we could, like, can we do some kind of hashtags, like, you know, like, or should we say, like, we're proud of our Grow Leadership graduates?
Yeah. We're very proud of our Grow Leadership graduates. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of a direct link between.
Yes, I know what you mean.
So the people that were at the visit, they were Grow Leadership graduates.
Yeah, they were. So why don't we change that? How amazing for our Grow Leadership graduates in our labs. Yeah. For
our Grow Leadership graduates in our institution. Yeah, and then it links a bit nicer if we have at the end. We're very proud of our Grow Leadership graduates.
Join here to be part of it. Become part of it. Sign up here or something.
Yeah. Sign up for Grow Leadership on our website. .tz. Done.
Yeah. Great.
Easy. All right.
Let's do it.
If we're happy with that, we'll post that now.
Kwa hiyo tulikuwa tunafikiria hapa tunailink vipi na campaign ambayo tunaendesha sasa hivi, kwa sababu post zetu nyingi sasa hivi zilikuwa zinakuhamasisha vijana kujiunga na Grow Leadership. Kwa hiyo hapo tula link kwamba hawa ndio walikuwa wanafunzi wa Grow nao, na kuongeza, yani ni vizuri sana ukiweka action kwenye post yako kwamba fanya kitu fulani baada ya kuisoma. Kwa hiyo action tuliweka ni kwamba ku sign up kwenye Grow Leadership kwa kupitia website yetu.
Lovely. All right, and now this exact caption can probably go onto Instagram as well. So I'm just going to copy that, and so that unfortunately, you can't post on Instagram from your computer. So that text, I'm just going to send it into our group chat so that I'm able to access it on my phone as well. And that way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this call from Zoom on my phone. So you guys.
Kwa tunafungua Instagram sasa hivi ili tuweze kupost Instagram pia.
And start a post at the bottom with that little plus button. Can everyone see my screen properly?
Yes.
Great.
Caption 1 isn't there yet.
So I'll just go back here and make sure that and so I'll go into, I mean, we know this is edited because we made it ourselves. So go into next. With professional Instagram, I would avoid using filters as much as possible, especially given that we made this post ourselves. We fine-tuned it until it was absolutely perfect. So we don't want to ruin it by doing anything like this.
Yeah, tunaona hamna haja ya kuweka filter kwa sababu tumeshai design kama tunavyoitaka, kwa hiyo hatutaweka filter, hamna haja.
And we'll go into next, and I'll just paste that caption into there. The only thing that we might need to change about Instagram is, unfortunately, when you post a caption on Instagram, it doesn't allow you to click any links. So the best way to do it on Instagram is to just say, sign up for Grow Leadership through the link in our bio, because we have the link to the RLabs website, our shiny new website, in our Instagram bio. So as long as people go onto our profile and click on the link, then it'll take them straight there. Because you can't, Instagram is very frustrating. It won't allow you to go on and even copy and paste the link. You're relying on people to be able to remember the website address and then go into it. Whereas if they can just go onto our profile and click through, it's much easier. Right.
So what I'm doing right now as well, while you're doing that, is I'm just searching for hashtags to see which ones have a lot of followers. And I'm just sending you a few now on WhatsApp. So especially things around independence and Baba wa Taifa.
Great. We've figured out that posting hashtags in the comments of your own photo often creates more results than actually putting it in the post itself, which I don't really know how that works, but it's a trusted process, so we're going to stick with what we know.
And it keeps it a bit cleaner, because otherwise you've got a lot, it kind of clutters up. You can't see the caption, because the hashtags are just about getting more followers, but they're not really information for the person watching. Kwa hiyo sisi tunachokifanya, tunaweka caption yetu pale, na kwenye comment tunaweka hashtag, na nafikiri tutaonyesha pia hizo hashtags zinavyofanya kazi, kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe sikutambua muhimu mpaka nilivyofundishwa juzi. Ukiangalia kwenye insights za post, unaona kumbe watu wengi wanafikia kwenye post yako kupitia insights, sio kupitia tu kwamba tayari wanakufuata. So it will demonstrate in a minute how the insights, like, the hashtags do actually lead to more views. Na tunajaribu kutafuta hashtag ambazo tayari watu wengi wanafuata. Kwa mfano nimekuta kwa Baba wa Taifa, angalau Uhuru inakuwa na post 60,000, kwa hiyo at least ni post ambayo watu wanaifuatilia. Najaribu kwa vitu kama maendeleo ya hii inayo kidogo, alafu Tanzania kwa mfano. Wanashauri utumie hashtag 25, but it's quite hard. You're supposed to use 25 hashtags, but we need to work on generating more of those. I've been sending you a few, but we can add in the normal ones as well.
Easy.
Is that ready?
Share for now, and that way then it's the same caption as before, and then once we've got it up here, I'll run it from our own account, and I'll add in those hashtags that you're sending me.
How about hapa kazi tu?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, good idea. Hapa kazi tu. I'll write it down for you. And youth has got a lot of following, and vijana. Entrepreneurship. We could just, if possible, paste as many of those.
Entrepreneurship.
Elim. That's another one that's got a lot of following. Elim. And we can always add some later as well.
Yeah.
So that was a slogan for a previous president, Hapa kazi tu, just getting on with the job. Here is work only.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great.
I doubt she has a hashtag, but we'll keep that in there anyway. Right. All right, I'm going to post that.
We've got a hashtag. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we're also using Year of Rise. That's something that RLabs South Africa are using as well.
Year of Rise. We'll put Making Hope.
Yeah.
Saying that Grow Leadership Online started on Monday. And we can actually see that this post is doing better than 95% of our recent posts. That's sometimes a little trick by Instagram to get you to spend money to advertise with them. But if you click View Insights, you can actually see that quite well.
Kwa hiyo hapa tunaona tulikuwa tunaangalia hashtag kama zinasaidia, na hii hapa tunakuta kwamba 27% ya watu walioona post yetu hawakuwa wanafuata RLabs tayari. Hawa watu 29 ndio walikuta hiyo post kwa kupitia hashtag. Kwa hiyo ni kweli inafanya kazi. Kwa hiyo hashtag ni muhimu. Na unaweza kaona kabisa unavyoangalia kila post inakuwa na insight zake, unaweza kuona hashtag zipi zinakulipa, au huwezi kuona moja moja, lakini unaweza kaona kwa ujumla zile hashtag ambazo niliweka kwenye ile post imesaidia kuongeza watu wanaoona post yangu.
Right, so we can see on here that under impressions, you can see impressions is the amount of times where your post was seen. So if someone saw your post, that counts as one impression. So there's a total of 115 impressions, which means our post was seen 115 times. And underneath that, you can see that from the 84 of those impressions were from the homepage. That means that's 84 people that follow us and receive our posts on their normal home feed. And underneath that says from hashtags 29. So 29 out of those 115 were from the hashtag that we used, which is good, but it's still a small fraction. So it depends on how the rest of our posts are doing with their hashtags, but you can compare the hashtags that we've used for different posts. That one doesn't have any. And see which hashtags tend to do this. These ones have the same. I know the one of Naomi has women of impact, women of business in it. You can see how this one's doing.
Angela, yeah, that's great. So 52 came from hashtags, 52%. So that was better. So 98 views from hashtags.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we should tag women of impact on our latest post of Mama Lupembe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great idea. Go up here, comment. We'll do women of impact, female leadership, women.
Yeah. Let's do some equivalent Swahili ones.
Yeah.
I'll just search, see which ones have got a lot of following. This one's got quite a lot following too. Great.
Great. Right, we'll post those. All right, and we'll test those as well. And if they do, then we'll look again. And we'll add a photo in the bottom left corner.
Kwa sasa tuko Twitter. Twitter ni rahisi zaidi kwa sababu haina mambo mengi. Unaweza kuweka vitu vichache tu pale.
So Twitter always will end up cutting off some part of the photo, but you can actually click this button here to rearrange it so that you can rearrange it so that shows one part of the photo more than others. but we actually want the whole photo to be visible in this case because we've designed it to be that way. So we'll keep it as it is, and then have people click on it when they see our tweet, which means that our caption has to be really great and eye-catching so that people want to do that. Unfortunately, if we copy and paste what we have for everything else and put it into Twitter, all of that red stuff is the stuff that we have to take out. Twitter only allows 280 characters per tweet. So all of this caption needs to be shortened into right about that top bit, shortened into about this much.
Kwa hiyo hapo, kwa sababu Twitter inaruhusu maneno machache huko kote kwenye nyekundu, sasa ni maneno ambayo tunahitaji kutoa, tunahitaji punguza kwenye hii sehemu ndogo tu. We could just take, I think we just put it in English. I think that's easier. I think that our followers, so we just take out all of the Swahili and then we just shorten the English one.
Easy.
Naonaje wenzangu, lakini mimi ninavyopata picha watumiaji wa Twitter ni wale ambao wanaongea Kiingereza zaidi, ila sina hakika.
Hata mwenye nafikiri hivyo.
Yeah, because it's not popular sana kwa watu wa kawaida.
Yeah.
So I think,
so
if we're thinking about making this a very short, very general statement where we can, she's not on Twitter by any chance, is she?
No, I doubt it. No, she hasn't got a smartphone.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
can we kind of turn it around and say it was wonderful to see two generations of change makers inspiring each other when Mamalea Lupembe, former secretary, etc., visited our young people in.
Change makers inspiring each other when Mamalea Lupembe came to visit RLabs. Visit our Grow Leadership graduates in RLabs too.
Yeah. So
then
then
we can
just
almost
add in this, before you take all of that out, put in the description of Mama Lupembe, so former Secretary General and leading activist for women's rights. You could go up to that point. You could just go up to women's rights. And we could definitely tag Kasasela, because that might impress him as well, the district commissioner for Ringa.
Absolutely. We'll take all of that out. With that, obviously two generations. And so this little button down the bottom here will tell you how much you have to go. So as soon as I start typing, it tells me I've got 9 characters left.
Let's put at Kasasela.
And then I think those last 10 characters could be used for one good hashtag.
Why don't we put I think we should probably say when it was in Feb 2020.
In Feb 20.
Especially as we don't want to look like we are doing stuff in Corona times. Inspire each other. Why don't we change this around to shorten it? So Secretary General of Taunu Women's Section. That will lose quite a few characters.
Of Taunu Women's Section. Yep.
And leading women's rights activist.
Yep. Leading women's rights activist.
And then we could take out R as well. So just came to visit Grow Leadership graduates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can always have see 2 generations of change makers.
Great.
Lovely.
Why don't we do it Women of Impact again?
Yeah. Women of Impact.
Great.
Let's see. Women of Impact. I want to I want to check whether female leadership or whether Women of Impact has more of a following. Because if we're only using one, then we want it to be a really good one.
Yeah.
So I check on here, female leadership. Seems to be a lot of that.
Does it tell you the number of tweets?
I'm sure it does. I mean, both of them are, let's just people, photos, video. All right, and looks like I'm perfectly on the character limit because it's telling me I have 0 characters left. And if everyone's happy with that, I'll go ahead and post that now.
Great.
Yeah? All right. And we're done. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all done.
Thank you so much.